So I'm going to be turning 45 here in a few days, and have had a chance to do some reminiscing, so to speak. So I thought I'd do this video about the 5 things that I would have done differently in my 20s. The fifth one I'm going to talk about is actually a very personal thing that I would have changed in my 20s. So the first one I want to talk about is I wouldn't have got married. In fact, to be quite honest with you, I think I would have avoided women altogether and just focused on myself because, especially now, the way the world is, everything is just so expensive, and, housing cost is up and food is astronomical. And I just, I would give anything to have just focused on myself more in my 20s and, saved a little money. Um, that's going to be actually another topic I'm going to talk about. But yeah, I wouldn't have got married. I married the wrong woman. Um, she was like a partier because I was a partier too. So I thought, oh, this would be a good idea. I'll marry a party chick. And as I got older, the partying thing kind of lost its luster, so to speak. And I she never stopped drinking, and it got to a point where she became just a very bad alcoholic, and it completely ruined our marriage. Um, so yeah, it was all bad. Luckily, we didn't have kids or anything, so that was good. So the divorce, wasn't too bad. I know divorces are always tough, and then you got to feel for the kids too on top of it, because it's always tougher on the kids than it is the adults. That's just the truth. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't have got married. I would have just concentrated more on myself, and as it was a bad move, but live and learn. And the second thing I would have done differently is I would have focused more on a career or even building a business rather than partying and making friends. Um, I mean, that's all I really did in my 20s. I partied, I made a bunch of party friends, and I recently stopped drinking, and I noticed that unfortunately the people that I thought were my friends were nothing more than just party buddies because they they never contact me anymore. They hardly ever talk to me. But yeah, I wish I would have at least built a business maybe for myself, or even got online. I mean, YouTube is 20 years old. If I would have just started YouTube 20 years ago, I mean, imagine how many subscribers I could have today. I mean, it's I mean, if you got in YouTube early, that was when you really had a good chance. I mean, look at PewDiePie and look at Mr. Beast and look at the following they've grown. And I mean, they've had their YouTube channels for almost 20 years. So Casey Neistat. But yeah, it just I never really cared about school either, so I never took that seriously. I never went to college or nothing. I um, I bounced from job to job, mostly cooking jobs, pretty much. I've been at the place I'm at now for 7 years, kind of like a customer service job, but it's I live paycheck to paycheck. They don't pay nothing. These jobs are nowadays. There's no incentives anymore with any of these jobs. Your incentive basically is you're just supposed to be happy that you have a job. It's pretty much the truth, unfortunately. But yeah, man, if I just would have concentrated more on at least building a career and maybe a business, I'd be a lot better off than I am right now. That's for sure. The third thing I would have done differently in my 20s is I would have cared more about finances, like investing, saving, credit building, that kind of stuff. I, like I said in the previous one, I just bounced from job to job. I just didn't really care about money, just cared about partying and meeting friends and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it really held me back. Being 45 now, I would give absolutely anything to be able to just be a little more financially free. I mean, it's especially nowadays, as tough as times are. Um, I mean, heck, even if I would have started investing, I mean, when I was younger, I could have invested in, Google before it took off, or Microsoft, or Amazon, or you know, a handful of those companies. I could have been doing pretty good. I mean, so yeah, it really sucks. I didn't save any money. That's why now I'm living paycheck to paycheck and just kind of scraping by here. I mean, I'm married. Even with me and my wife, both our incomes, we're still. I mean, we're living decently, halfway decently, but not not how we would like. I mean, she's a pastry chef. She has to work about 50 hours a week, and restaurant work is just a tough job. It's especially baking, man. Baking ain't no joke. She sends me some pictures of some of the stuff she has to do, and I'm like, man, I can't believe you got to make all that stuff. It's like, geez, And I work 40 hours a week too. I mean, yeah, we're both living paycheck to paycheck, man. We're lucky if we can go out to eat half the time. It sucks. We haven't been on vacation in a few years now. Yeah, it's rough, man. Just trying to make ends meet. So the fourth thing is that I wish I would have cared about nutrition more, my body more, staying in shape. Um, when I was in my 20s and most of my 30s, I pretty much just maintained the same weight. I could just eat whatever I want, but now it's like if I don't try to stay on a strict diet, man, it don't take any time to gain weight when you get in your 40s. That's for sure. It's tough. I'm just now trying to focus more on nutrition. I have been exercising. I got a treadmill. I got a punching bag in the garage. I've been trying to do that a little bit. I Yeah, it's rough, man. It's just like I have both my knees. I got arthritis in my knees. I'm not at a healthy weight. Quitting drinking, I'm sure, is going to help me a lot because all those carbs and everything else, and been trying to eat more fruit. Been trying just to study nutrition overall. Um, but yeah, man, my metabolism just ain't the same anymore. I really wish I would have focused more on nutrition and taking care of myself, my body. I'm definitely paying for it now. I mean, they say 45 ain't too late, so any exercise is good. So I've been walking to the lake too. I live close to a lake, so I've been walking there every once in a while. That's almost a mile away, and then back. So that's good. That's good exercise. Any kind of exercise is good. I mean, just got to keep your body moving a little bit. Just constant sitting is not good for you. But yeah, that's something I'm paying for now. Late in my 40s here. All right. So the fifth thing I told you is going to be a little personal, and that's I wish I would have spent more time with my father. My father died when I was 24, and he had terminal cancer. They gave him about a year to live with chemo, and I was still in party mode, hanging out with my friends and all this and that. I just didn't I didn't grasp the seriousness of it. I'd give anything right now to just sit with my dad and have a cup of coffee and talk about life, man. It's something I regret every single day. I think about him every day. It's so hard. Oh man, I feel so bad. There was one time I me and him were just home alone. My mom was working, and I'm like, "Oh, Dad, do you care if I go to my friend's house? I was gonna play some video games, whatever, drink some beer." And he's like, "Oh yeah, don't worry about me. I'm not gonna die today." And that kind of stuff really sticks with you, man. I can't believe that I didn't spend more time with him when I had the chance. Man, it really sucks. I try to make up with it with my mom. I try to really, really keep in touch with her, and I try my best to take care of her and that kind of stuff. But yeah, man, life is so precious. you don't really realize that when you're young and naive how precious life is, because you're still in your 20s, and you think you kind of think you're going to live forever, you know. And yeah, it's one of the toughest regrets I've ever had to deal with. Um, it's very tough. Even just talking about it right now is tough. But but yeah, that's all I got today, guys. Just wanted to share that. I thought this would be a good video to make, and maybe I can maybe inspire some younger people, and so you don't make the same mistakes I did. And please, if you want, leave a comment about maybe some things you would have done differently. Uh, now that you're later in age, and what you would have done differently in your 20s, or even if some younger people want to comment and be like, hey, oh, hey, thank you for this. It inspired me. That'd be nice. This is my aim for that channel. I want to inspire people. I got a lot of life stories, a lot of ups and downs. So, I mean, even if I can inspire one person, that's awesome, man. That's all I really care about. I That's all I care about, man. But you guys take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Peace.